Tell your story.
Change the conversation.
Organized by students.
TEDxYouth at SHC.
I am from that gunsmoke of that AK-47, that bright flash and loud bang that you hear. I am from the country where the earth shook so hard it destroyed our city, from light and from dark. Irma Scott and Chorrell and Michael Mackey's family tree and the Pro Boy tribe. I am from the compassion of dreamers and hard workers and dream crushers, optimistic and loving and mysterious. I am from Haiti, the city of Port-au-Prince, from spicy food and music and jicama, from the Inky family that became the Mackey family in Richmond, California, the older brother to 3 younger siblings. I'm from a myopic family that is strong and weak at the same time, a crossbreed from Louisiana, Haiti, and the United States, where family pictures lay in the attic because they are the reminder of who we were and who we lost, but we will show the world and each other our worth and teach others how to find theirs. That's where I'm from. Who do you think wrote this? Is it from a spoken word piece? A poetry journal? Does it matter? You would have thought of this piece differently if I'd initially told you it were written by a man serving life in San Quentin. We all hold biases, and those against incarcerated people are just one. However, words are ways to find our common linkages, even if we have no other connections. One of my first memories is me sitting in my house with my grandmother. She was reading the newspaper, and I was fascinated by the words on the page facing me. Even though I couldn't read what the little black symbols said, there was some part of me that innately understood that they held meaning I just did not know of yet. Later, I learned that words could illuminate issues and create new worlds. They are the common framework that bridges us all. August before junior year, I took a summer class exploring the history of incarceration in the US. From DeVos to Davis, dog whistle politics to the school-to-prison pipeline, I learned about how this nation's current incarceration practices are shaped by its cultural and political history. How by ignoring our past mistakes, we have reincarnated age-old systems in different masks. After taking the class, I was shocked and inspired to do more. Writing had become the way I expressed myself and the tool I used to speak out about the injustices that I saw around me. I began working with an organization called The Beat Within, which uses writing as a tool to empower those who are incarcerated or at risk of incarceration. They hold writing workshops with the affected population, conduct outreach, and advocate for prison reform. Throughout my work with The Beat Within, I've hosted a lot of these writing workshops. Every workshop has prompts that range from topics like gun violence shortly after the Parkland shooting to mental health awareness to sexual violence. In each workshop, we'll discuss these prompts, and then participants have time to write about whichever topic they feel most connects with them that day. These pieces are later published in newsletters that go out twice monthly and are later given back to participants so they can read their work in print. These workshops have taught me that writing is not only a personal tool, but a tool that can connect all groups of people. I was so inspired by the stories that I'd heard in these workshops that I wanted to help amplify these voices on a larger scale. I applied for and received a community service grant last spring from my school, which I used to do just that. One youth who had come to many of the workshops I had facilitated performed at this poetry event. In the workshops, he was hesitant and scared to share his experiences, even when prompted, so I was surprised when he agreed to share his story. He talked about the pressure to join gangs at school and how he had previously been incarcerated for his participation in robberies. Now he is financially providing for his family on top of managing school pressures. His mother is incarcerated and his father is no longer in the picture. This small excerpt from the piece he shared at the poetry event is demonstrative of the power of words to change lives. I'm still alive, buried many, lost many. My regrets and anxieties hurt more than steel toes to my face. The past hurts so much. I had to go face to face with my demons to overcome. I had to address and process the roots of my symptoms through writing. Introspection is hard. What happens to you doesn't make you who you are. Your reaction to it develops you. No one is perfect. We are all works in progress. Learn to love yourself. Learn new things. We all have talents waiting to be discovered. Enjoy learning your uniqueness, your greatness. Many people I spoke to at the end of the poetry event expressed appreciation for his story. It allowed them to begin to deconstruct their assumptions about the incarcerated population. It is easy to distance ourselves from others who seem different because we don't understand the experiences they have gone through. As a society, we define people who are incarcerated as just that, incarcerated, and in doing so, we fail to see that just like everyone else, they are people, with stories worth sharing and worth hearing. For me, words are a way to give people their humanity back. They are a common denominator, able to be utilized in myriad and unique ways. However, giving people a voice does not matter if they are not heard, if we do not listen. So I'd ask you, the next time you hear someone talk, stop and listen. Their stories may change you just like the ones I've shared with you today have changed me. Thank you.